The problem with you is you're whining like a little fucking baby.
What's going on, fam? And welcome back to another episode of Ask Papa Swolio. Remember, if you want your question featured right here on the show, just drop your question in the comments below with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. And remember, if you are a part of Swolenormous Uncensored, you get a private live Ask Papa Swolio every single week in the private community. If you want to learn more, click the links in the post description down below or go to swolenormousx.com and join Swolenormous Uncensored today for just $2.99. That's right, it's less than a pumpkin spice latte. So go flee, go pause this, go sign up, and then come on back. Your boy Papa will still be here. By the way, my hair is like, I don't know what's going on with it. It's like really fluffy today, and it's getting in the way, and it's bothering the shit out of me. Bear with old Papa. Here we go. First question from Stop Watching Amber Lynn. That's good advice. Papa Swolio, do you have any personal tips for the upcoming holidays in regards to eating and working out in the cold? Eating in the cold? I'm assuming you're saying working out in the cold. Just go to the gym. If you're in a gym or inside, it's not cold. Turn on a heater. I mean, I don't really know what you're trying to tell me. I used to live in a cold climate, so you have to bundle up and go to the gym. If you're training outside, don't freeze to death. When it comes to eating, every day is a freaking holiday. Every month, all across the year. This is the holiday season. What do you call 4th of July? What do you call Memorial Day weekend? What do you call Easter? What do you call Valentine's Day? What do you call Super Bowl Sunday every week? I mean, there's always a holiday. We just pretend that this is a bigger situation where it's just based on religion for the most part, but now it's just based on commercialization, making money, and the excuse to eat and just pound food. So once I moved down to Florida, Christmas and all the holiday stuff just really seemed really silly just because there's no snow. It's like, oh, this is just a commercialized joke because you see Santa Claus and reindeer and stuff and the lights. It's 90 degrees. Get this bullshit out of my face. Good question. Question from I Am the Sheriff. Papa Swolio, how you doing? Doing great, Sheriff. Don't arrest me. These guns. Do you think it's possible to build muscle at home, and what equipment do you recommend to achieve this goal? Depends on your experience, depends on how much room you have. So the equipment, get some weights, get some bands. I couldn't tell you because I don't know how much space you have, but absolutely, lifting in a gym is as arbitrary as at home. You're in a building, you're in a room. People have full-blown gyms at home in their garage and build muscle just fine, so hell yes. Question from Ann Torusen. Ask Mama Swolio. My hair's that beautiful. Thank you. I'll be mama for this question. Don't assume my gender. You know what I'm saying? How to make a Tinder profile that gets you the right kind of attention. Ah, you're digging the beard. You want a little Papa Swolio action, don't you? It's okay. It's okay. She was very honest. She was very honest and straightforward and descriptive. She wasn't just like, yo, I'm here to party, or like, what up? She put in her profile what she liked, what she didn't like. I'm like, I like those things. And she's hot. Swipe right. Actually super liked. So just be honest. Tell people information, okay? Most people are just gonna swipe anyway just to see because if you're attractive or they like the way you look. A lot of guys aren't looking at your details, but I looked at the details, and the reason why I liked her is because, oh, she provided information. She's not a bimbo. So be authentic, be you. You don't wanna trap someone into a relationship, right? If you want them to actually like who you are, tell them who you are, and then you'll attract more people. Question from Garesas. I wanted to ask about my weight loss. I'm 6'6" and I weigh 264 pounds. How much weight should I lose? You can just Google what a proper BMI is, but BMI isn't accurate for people that build muscle mass. Like, they have a lot more muscle. I am obese according to a BMI, but I'm obviously not obese because muscle weighs more than fat. So you want to lose some weight and build muscle? Lift weights, be in a slight caloric deficit, and be consistent. You got to get your sleep together, your hydration, yoga, training. It's consistency. So you say you need help, you need to start. Stop asking questions and get to work. Question from Spectrum D. Papa Swolio, I am eating a quote Quest protein cookie, and I was wondering if they are all right for getting some protein in your day. I work at UPS, so I'm very much in motion all day, and I'm trying to get more protein in my day. Bottom line, most people are over-consuming protein. 1 gram per pound of body weight is that's nonsense, all right? You need to go by your lean body mass. So it's not by your body weight, it's by your lean mass, and it's usually based off your weight in kilograms, not in pounds. Most people in this country, at least the United States, are over-consuming protein a big way. So you don't need a Quest protein cookie. I would never put that in my mouth, and I don't recommend that you do either. So I would recommend eating real food, and you can be hungry. It's okay for a human being to be hungry. Be hungry. The only reason that we crave food, like, oh, I'm so hungry, it's because we're used to being full. As a creature, as a species, we're not supposed to be used to being full. We're supposed to be used to being hungry, and then we eat and we gorge, right? We get a hunt, we have a kill, we gather food. So we're so used to just being satisfied at every whim. We're at no risk for not having food. When we don't have food for a couple seconds, I need a protein cookie. No, you don't. Eat real food, drink more water, get more used to not having food in your face all the time, and just eat more when you do eat. Question from Lisa Thornton. Papa Swolio, is it possible to gain muscle in a calorie deficit? There's some situations where it's easier to gain in a deficit. For example, if you're brand new to lifting, if you're very overweight, you have a lot of body fat to lose, or if you have trained before and you've been out of training for like a long period of time, months or years. But in general, it's possible, but it's really not something that the average person should be focusing on. The average person should be focusing on eating quality foods, doing weight training, yoga, meditation, all those things. But if you want to really recomposition, build some muscle, and maybe trim some fat, just stay around your maintenance calories and just adjust gradually over time. It's going to take a lot of time, okay? It's a slow progress, but you can absolutely build muscle while mitigating extra fat gain. Just don't do any bulking where you're just eating McDonald's and junk all the time, or you're eating 500 to 1,000 calories over your necessary maintenance level. Just gauge it, take pictures, weigh yourself once a week, and then just keep on adjusting your food intake. I recommend an elimination diet always, and I sound like a broken record, but it will help you figure out what foods work best for your body. So then it's just about your overall caloric intake and training hard enough to build muscle, and then your body will get rid of fat when you're at rest and your metabolism increases, all that good shit. Question from yet another user. Great content. Ask Papa Swolio. Thank you, bro. As an overweight person, I have about 20 pounds to lose. Can you lose fat or do body recomposition without counting calories? Yes, if you happen to hit those calories perfectly. I mean, you can guess and stumble upon, let's say it was supposed to be 2,000 calories. You can just not count and bingo, hit 2,000 calories. But if you don't count, you eat 3,000, you're not going to recomp. You're going to put on size, you're going to gain weight and gain some extra body fat too. So what's important is understanding what foods work best for your body. Again, elimination diet. You figure out what foods work best, then you can adjust your caloric and your macros based around what foods you know your body responds best to, and then just keep on going. It's patience and it's effort. Remember everyone, nutrition and training is a practice you're not going to get overnight, so stop thinking there's an answer for you. You have to figure that out and customize it for yourself. Question from Opal Chetem. Papa Swolio, I have so much appreciation for you. Thank you. What do you think about lifting an osteoporosis condition? Should you avoid lifting heavy? If you're osteopenic or you have osteoporosis, again, I'm not a medical doctor, so you want to check with your medical professional, but lifting weights increases bone density. Bone is tissue, and bone will strengthen if you give overload. If you already have osteoporosis, you can still build muscle, but you're at more of a risk for like bone fractures. So you usually need some occupational therapy or some more specific movements in order to strengthen the bone. So if you have osteoporosis, if you're actually diagnosed with osteoporosis, you need to consult your doctor, but lifting weights before you have osteoporosis will strengthen your bone tissue and mitigate your chances for having osteoporosis, which is one of the biggest benefits to lifting weights. You have your skeletal muscle, you strengthen your bones, all those other benefits of lifting, but your bone health is extremely important. Question from Gwendol Cellier. Papa Swolio, thanks from France for all your content. Bonjour. I have already cut some food and I went deeper with an elimination diet in your Nutrition Jumpstart manual. I have a question about one of the details. When I test a food and it's good for me, can I keep it to my diet while testing another one later, or do I have to go back to the elimination to test another one? Thanks a lot. I came here for the six-pack and I stayed for the meditation. Good advice for everyone watching. If you do an elimination diet, and again, this is outlined for those of you that are inside Swolenormous X, and also if you sign up for Swolenormous Uncensored, again, $2.99 a month, less than a pumpkin spice latte, links below, go sign up. You can ask these questions in the private Facebook group, in the community, that way you can get some answers even if you don't want to become an unlimited member. When it comes to the elimination diet, when you test a food, you're testing against that control period in which you only ate a specific range of foods. So this food that you're testing is the anomaly. You test it, and then the next couple of days you go back to the elimination, and then for the next 2 or 3 days you see how that food and how you reacted to that food. If it's okay, you don't want to add that back into your diet until you're done testing all the foods. So to answer your question, you test it, it worked out okay for you, fine. Put that aside, mark it down, and then go back to your elimination so you can test the next food. You want to stick to your control as much as possible because you don't want anything else getting in the way of testing the next food that might bias the interactions of that new food you implement all of a sudden because you tested, oh, this works great. Let me eat this every day now along with my elimination and test something else. Then there could be some conflicts that you don't know about, potentially, all right? So if you're going to go through this period and take a month or two to go through all these details, make sure you do it as optimally as possible. Question from Heidi Selenia. Papa Swolio, can meal prepping and eating the same thing over and over again lead to eating disorders. I lost 50 pounds since January by meal prepping, which is very convenient for me and I enjoy doing it, but I still find myself scared of gaining weight since I still have more to lose. Completely different things. Meal prepping has nothing to do with an eating disorder. Like if I tell you stop eating so much and you stop eating and you get an eating disorder, it's not like I caused an eating disorder. There's something physiological, like something's missing to cause an eating disorder. That's like something that doesn't just necessarily get taught. You don't learn an eating disorder per se. And I'm not an expert, so everyone in the comments like, yes, you can, yes, you can. Certain people are more prone to being addicted to things like alcohol and so forth, and certain people are more prone to having eating disorders. So you have to be aware of that, self-awareness, and mitigating those triggers properly. So meal prepping, there's nothing to do with an eating disorder. You're afraid of gaining weight because you've seen progress and you don't want to go back in progress. You won't gain weight if you're in a caloric deficit. So keep yourself in a couple hundred calorie deficit and you'll be totally fine. Question from Angel Gonzalez. Papa Swolio, if you are unable to leave your home due to weather conditions like a blizzard or storm, what home equipment do you think is the most versatile or important for staying swole? Mini gym on a budget. I would recommend some elastic bands. There are some really good elastic bands that you can get online that will give you up to a couple hundred pounds of resistance. You can anchor it to a door, you can anchor it around a bar or a pole or like a support beam in your house or outside or something like that. I mean, obviously outside if there's a blizzard, but bands are great because if you get a pair of dumbbells, you can get one of those like Bowflex type dumbbell sets where you can change and adjust the weights that go up to 55 pounds each. But if you got a dumbbell rack, you'd be getting 50 freaking different dumbbells up to sequence of weights. So bands are great. Also just a yoga mat, practice yoga. So that's not gonna help you stay swole. Eating will keep your size up, but yoga is great because you don't need much space and you can do it anywhere and you don't need any equipment, but a yoga mat would definitely help. You could get resistance weights and things. I don't know how much space you have, like a bench and stuff like that, but you can get like a basic set of dumbbells, maybe get like a pair of 10s, 30s, and then 50s, depending on how strong you are and what exercise. Again, I don't know exactly what you have access to, but you can also do something with those bands and you can get other sets of bands where you can have 20-pound dumbbells, wrap the bands around it, and then you kind of have a progressive resistance there. So it depends on your situation, your experience, what you're trying to accomplish, your space in order to like really set up a home gym. Well, thank you so much everyone for joining me for another episode of Ask Papa Swolio. Remember, if you want your question featured right here on the show, drop it in the comments below with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio and I will get to it in an upcoming episode. If you want access to the private community, private, uncensored, members only YouTube content like Driving While Gaining Special Reserve, Nuts on Chin Unplugged, you get Daily Swole Extra Thirsty, lots of content. All of that information is over at swolenormousx.com. Less than the price of a pumpkin spice latte or a peppermint latte or any kind of holiday dish that you could possibly imagine. And it's available right now. And also in that membership, you get access to the private Swolenormous community on Facebook. And we do a private live for members only live Ask Papa Swolio every single week. So you can access that in your library and join live and ask all your questions. So if you have more questions and you want access to myself every single week, make sure you go sign up for $2.99. You can see this beard privately every single week and a lot more weekly accountability meetings. Oh my goodness, that $2.99 just sounds like a freaking internet orgasm, doesn't it? Go sign up right now. I want to see you inside Uncensored. You're gonna love it. Everyone loves it. If you're already in Swolenormous Uncensored, drop how awesome it is in the comments below, and I'll see you real soon for the next Ask Papa Swolio. Peace out, fam.
Click the link, motherfucker! Click the link! Click the link! Watch another video, like and subscribe. I know you want to. You know you want to. Come on, everyone knows you want to. You love Papa Swolio. You love the man bun. You love the sick bugging gains. You love it. Oh, oh, oh. You love it. Oh, 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 oh.